What's up to Lion Talk Live? So we love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk, Fatima LaFawn of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
All right, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live post-game disaster show episode, and we're going to talk about some of the good, some of the bad of this game, and where do we go from here. As we all are probably going to know and say, the Lions did not play their best game by any stretch of the imagination. The defense at times looked very, very good. Aiden Hutchinson had perhaps a game for the ages with 4.5 sacks. We also get Terrion Arnold as a rookie. He's doing some learning, gave up some plays. Overall, though, I thought the Lions defense did look pretty good, minus a few plays. Detroit Lions offense, I think we can summarize it by saying it was not great. Like last week, we saw the same defensive schemes and principles being used by the Buccaneers that the Rams used. What was that? 2 high safeties, 3 linebackers over the middle, trying to force the Lions to dink and dunk down the field, and when they caught it in those short routes, punish the running backs, receivers, etc. Let's also talk about the Detroit Lions power I formation that they seem to want to just, for whatever reason, keep using over and over and over, with Hess as a fullback, Sam Laporta at times as a fullback, among others. You know, the Bucs, much like the Rams, if you go back and watch the play-by-play of the replays of the game, they keep blitzing into the holes that they feel like the Lions are going to run into. And yes, for whatever reason, the Lions are, let's be honest, they're going to run that play hell or high water, no matter what the results are. We can all say the truth, and that's what it is. Jared Goff didn't have a great game. Some of that, though, I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack, and I thought the Lions didn't do him any favors by knowing how the Bucs were going to play defense. So much zone, so much 2 high safety, 3 in the middle, linebackers, and to be fair, at times some of the linebackers became safeties. The Bucs knew where to hit us, how to hit us, and I thought the Lions, especially Ben Johnson, had little to do about it. Yes, the Lions kept trying to establish a run game, but it was a run game that was going nowhere. So what happens? 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 became 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. And much like the last few drives for the Lions, you playing right on the strengths of that Buccaneers zone defense instead of making them pay for what they were doing. The Lions didn't really seem interested in doing that at all. I would also caution everybody. There are going to be a lot of people doom and gloom. It's the end of the world. But I'll remind you guys of this. Last year, we beat the Kansas City Chiefs week 1. Did they recover to win the Super Bowl? Yes, they did. Last year, there was one point, I want to say the 49ers lost like 3 or 4 games in a row before recovering to make it to the Super Bowl. Yes, there were years where even Matt Patricia beat the New England Patriots in Detroit, and guess what happened? Spoiler alert, the New England Patriots went on to win the Super Bowl that year. So while there's a lot of things that we cannot clearly be happy with as Lions fans, I'm going to try to turn things around and point it to you like this. I think there's a lot of upside with this team, and not just with the players, but also with the coaches. We saw some good stuff today, and yes, Aiden Hutchinson is probably going to get double-teamed by every offensive coordinator from here on out. They're probably not going to allow them to try, or him to try to take over the game. Terrion Arnold is going to go through a lot of the growth curves that all rookie corners go through. There's going to be a lot of bad days for him, but days that if he keeps learning from it, then you know what, the middle of the year, the end of the year, he's going to be vastly improved from it. The linebacker play for Detroit. I actually thought last week in week 1, Alex Anzalone played incredibly well. This week, I thought he played fair. Jack Campbell, I'm still iffy on in both weeks, but Derek Barnes, I thought, played very good, to the point where I could say this. We all want to know who's going to replace Marcus Davenport. A lot of times, Levi Onwuzurike or Derek Barnes were in that role as the opposite end of Hutchinson. Let's get over to see what you guys have to say about it, but those are at least some of my initial thoughts. If the Lions don't clean up some of the passing packages and the protections, I talked about in the live cast exponentially. I thought Graham Glasgow, much like against the Rams, this week he struggled a ton in protection, most noticeably in the run game. So if you're not good in the pass protection, you're not strong in the run game, What are you really doing out there? I don't know what the Lions will do there. We'll have to wait and see. Let's get to you guys, though, and see what you guys have to say. It's going to be, it's going to be a long night for Lions fans, but I would say this. Keep in mind, we're 1-1. We win next week, we're 2-1. We win the week after that, 3-1. A lot of people are going to forget about this. As a coach, someone who's entering my 35th year of coaching, I'll say this. These games here don't matter as long as we make the playoffs, win the division, and put ourselves in a good position to push in the playoffs. Goff had a terrible game. Not his best, I'd say. Yes, I agree with you there. Trey, Goff was terrible today and last game. There was a lot of questionable decision-making, I would say, and how much of it is the play calling? I'll summarize it with this. The last pass that we threw, what does that pass to whoever it was, Tom Kennedy or whatever, do for you? Even if he catches it, he's not getting in the end zone, and you don't have any way to stop the clock. So I mentioned it early in the game. I thought Goff looked rattled. I thought he looked emotional. That first pick he threw to Jameson Williams, which I think everybody who watches the game gets it. It should have been a pass interference. It should not have been a pick. But he was complaining to the officials. And the moment you start doing that too much, you've now lost your focus on what needs to happen next because you're so entrenched in that moment you can't get past it. They're going to have to work on him with that because that can't happen, especially as somebody who's been in the league as long as Goff. Angie Clark managed at the end of the half, cost us the game. To be honest, you kick that field goal, and now instead of having to go for it on fourth down, you kick the field goal, you force the Bucs in a position where they have to get a field goal to win. You're right to a degree, Angie. I agree with you 100%. Nathan, what the heck? I will go with that. Thomas, absolutely pathetic! Exclamation points. Goff and Ben Johnson are to blame. We gave the game away. We did. But if they learn from it, we get better from it, we get some wins in here, then you know what? You're in a good spot. So I'm trying to be positive here. DM5, but you guys, hey, any thoughts you have, go and throw them in there. Let blow off some steam if you need to, man. Go ahead and just rant and rave on that keyboard, man. DM5, hooker time. I don't care about the Goff contract. Goff was terrible today, outplayed by Faker Mayfield. Mayfield did enough to win. That's what we can say. Zap offense was hot garbage today. Defense gave them numerous chances to put points on the board, and you're 100% right. The defense had 2 plays where I thought they really messed up. 2 plays. The offense, man, they had a lot of plays, and they messed up. Say, Doug, we learned there is no sure victory. We need more players to step up. Agreed. And you got to work on getting people open. Chris, refs, they weren't. I'm not going to say they were great. I didn't think they were horrible. They definitely missed a few calls. They also didn't call a few things. It happens. Corey, yep, sure was offense as a whole, but Goff definitely didn't help horrible throws. Yeah, he did not play his best ball by any stretch. Let's see, Cummings, what do you got? The play is simpler. Let Monty run the ball. Yeah, we kept trying to run it and just we're going nowhere with it. Angie, Goff not good. Detroit, Matt, 1 play to win and you don't take a shot is ridiculous. I agree. I couldn't, I'm just not sure what that last pass was for. I thought we'd at least throw it up to Laporta or, Tim Patrick, something there. Lions, Goff shouldn't have gotten married. Yeah, maybe. Christopher, I counted 6 PIs not called. Fair enough. You could be right. Until I watch the replays, I'm not going to be able to say one way or the other. Drex, what do you got? And Tampa had all those defenders out. They did, man, and even in the game. Angie, so many skipped balls. I agree. Shaq, why was Monty on the bench? It's a question we'll have to wait and see what MCDC has to say. Trey, Lions defense wasn't the problem. No, I agree. I thought the defense was pretty good. Again, they weren't perfect, but I thought they were dang good enough to win this game. Corey, they will not make excuses for Goff, though. No, don't make excuses. Make them play better, or contract or not, you play the best players as a coach. And Jared Goff, he's got to play better than what he has these first 2 weeks. Cummings, what do you got? You have to blame Goff, Ben, and Dan. All the above. And blame me too while you're throwing them in there. See, Nathan, everyone banged up. Goff missing throws. Nothing from Laporta. Ouch, not good. Amon-Ra out next week. Injury, hopefully not. He might be. We'll have to wait and see. Conspiracy. I have a buddy, Bill Reeves, that would say C-O-N-spiracy. 100%, Christopher, 100%. One funky Goff got paid in LA, then gelled off. Goff gets paid in Detroit and falls off. We'll have to wait and see. Thomas Terreno got ripped off late in the game. The exact same thing happened. No call. I would agree with that. The refs, they're never going to be perfect. Let's not blame the refs for one simple thing. When you blame officials, in my opinion, you're trying to absolve yourself from certain faults. It doesn't mean I agree with officials. I don't. There's some things, but I thought we did more to hurt us than the officials. The M5 defense is pretty good. Offense needs to improve. They need another wide receiver. We have the cash. Pull the trade off Brad Holmes. Yeah, at this point, you're going to have to overpay, but see what they do. Josh, the Lions lost, not a Bucs win. I concurred. Chad, all I heard all week was how much Goff was going to eat this team up with injuries to Tampa Bay. He sure did eat up a lot of, well, it happens, man. It happens. He's going to have to play better for sure. And some of it, I will also say this, the play calling has to be better. It is a symbiotic relationship, in my opinion. There was the play calling. There was, without question, Jared Goff's got to play better. And then also, I would say Graham Glasgow, I did not think played particularly well by any stretch. All right, let's see. Great Lakes, absolute joke. Need a TD, and you throw it 10 yards short of the end zone. Goff is a veteran and knows better than that. I would agree. Let's see. Christopher, NFL wants to skip Detroit. This stuff is rigged. We'll have to wait and see. Corey, yeah, Arnold was getting cooked as well. He's a rookie, man. You're going to have to live with it. We've talked about that since the preseason. Even rare are they when they're like Deion Sanders or Sauce Gardner. But the other part I would say with Sauce Gardner is we're all assuming he's that good. Nobody throws on him, but maybe they don't throw on him because they know he's that good. Angie, TA not living up to the hype? No, I went into the season thinking it would take a season or two for him to really get there. He's got some good stuff, but everybody's putting their best receivers on him, and when that happens, when he gets stuck on him, it's not a good spot. Christopher, NFL equals WWE. Thomas, the O-line got outplayed. They weren't great, especially with Tampa's front four. A lot of injuries, and they still, I thought, pushed us around pretty good. Detroit should have won with the Blueberries. Maybe some truth to that. Great Lakes, hey, Ben, they had our screen game down since quarter one. Yep, we kept going to it. That and the power I formation, I thought. Arnold, a bust, put in Rakestraw in. I'm not going to call him a bust, because a lot of people said Darius Slay was going to be a bust. Was a bust, they were saying his rookie year. Then his sophomore year, third year, he broke out. Most players don't come into the league and do much their first year. So I'm going to say give him time. And Rakestraw, you can put in, he was inactive today. Doug, they are compensating for a lack of downfield receivers, attacking our swing passes. Yeah, they are. They were daring us to do something. Again, like the Rams, 2 high safeties, 3 underneath in the middle. And at no point did I really think we outuse or try to use the sidelines to force that zone to expand. We let it contract, and we kept throwing at it. Harold, Lions let us fans down. They did. I'll agree with that. Jake R., tough one. Could have won in many situations. They could have. They didn't. Chad, who cares how Bucs play defense? This offense looks like complete stuff. Yep, and I always try to give compliments to the other team when you make your offense look that bad. Let's see. Great Lakes, where is Laporta? That is a big question, isn't it? Corey, we never seem to adapt after they take away Goff's dink and dunks. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some in-game adjustments. Chrome, terrible play calling at the end. Also, I agree with that 1,000%. Angie, stay calm. Yes, it's not the end of the world. Next week, go on and get a win, 2-1. Fourth game, if you can get a win, 3-1 going to the bye, you're probably going to feel a lot differently than you do right now. Thomas, 8 times inside the 20, Tampa Bay 20, 3 points. It's on Goff and Ben Johnson. I'd say that's fair assessments. Yeah, a lot of questions to be answered. Jake R. Cowboys got blown out, 49ers lost. This was a game Lions could have won, and it was close. Don't freak out. Yeah, don't overreact to a September loss as of yet. Let's see, Josh, remember, the goal in football is scoring more points than your opponent. That's a great philosophy right there, Josh. Thus, throwing passes beyond the end zone to score 6 points. I agree. DM5 teams are going to continue targeting Arnold. He either gets better or puts someone else in. We have many tough games ahead. Yeah, and the good thing, I've talked about it the first week of the season and this week, he's going to mature at a faster rate, I believe, because of who he's facing. He's going to get tested every week. Every week, somebody's going to go after him. Now, the question you're going to have to ask, is he better than somebody else on the bench? That I don't know. And my guess is he probably is. Otherwise, if you're saying that the coaches just can't ID talent, then we need to get new coaches if they can't pick out who should be in there. Corey, you AG haters can put all that blame on him this time? Yeah, no, you can't blame the D. They weren't perfect, but they were damn near good enough to force the win. Chad, if we had Stafford or Baker, we could look a lot better. Maybe. But it is what it is. We can't worry about what we don't have. Focus on what we do have. Chrome, that FG blunder before halftime really came back to bite us in the butt. Yeah, I would agree with that. Agreed. I was talking about that in the live cast. Applying pressure, we need another wide receiver with talent. I think Tim Patrick could be that guy, but he's going to need more and more time to get involved. I think he could be something. Thomas, I will say this. Our offense looks figured out. Yeah, right now I would say you're spot on with that. Buddy, was Goff worth the big contract? Ask me at the end of the season. I'm not going to overreact after 1 or 2 games, but we get to the middle of the season, we'll probably have a pretty good idea. End of the season could be a tell. Hopefully things turn around. Doug, there is no Josh Reynolds in this, thus Ben Johnson's offense. They read the Gibbs receiver situation. Yeah, substitution. And there's a whole lot to learn from this. There's a lot of good learning opportunities is what I would say. Sean, anyone notice a lot of, quote, missed flags on critical downs? I did. A few of them for sure. We got away with a few too. Let's not forget the last time we got a stop. There was a little bit of contact from Davis III, but I'm going to say it's more on our offense than anything else. But it doesn't mean the refs couldn't have made some better calls, for sure. Michael, it's only one, not worried. Better now than in week 15. I agree with that. Chad, I knew we shouldn't have paid Goff that $50 million. I was one of the few against it. It happens, man. Hey, we trust Brad Holmes. We say it all the time. In Holmes, we trust. Well, if he paid him and we trust him to draft and handle the team, then we have to trust he knows what he's doing. I'm not going to say it's what I would have done. I'm not going to say it's not what I would have done, but I'm going to trust him right now. See, John, what the heck? Yes, I agree with that. Let's see, Man 2.0 never thought Vikings would be first in the division. They are right now. Now what do they do from there? Thomas Arnold played great. If anybody watched that game and the wide receivers, that stuff was going on all day long, they just called it on him because they wanted to. Fair enough, yeah. Let's see, Dane Z, what do you got? They have the tiebreaker on us now. If it comes down to that, they do. This is true. Shah G, what do you got? It seems like a constant over 2 games. It does. Let's see, Josh. If it you pay, then you don't play. Maybe, man, maybe. DM5, Buddy can't go so far. No, one funky shot. It went both ways. Great Lakes, Houston didn't see the field. He was dressed. Yeah, that's a tell to me what they think of James Houston at this point. Trade Chad Fletcher, I was right there with you, 100%. Jake R. Goff, we'll get it together. Let's hope so. Corey, this is what some of the fans who isn't big on Goff is talking about. If it ain't perfect, these are the results you get. I'll go with that. Let's see, applying pressure. We are not winning the Super Bowl this season. Okay. Chad, will he though? Who knows though? Will Blant, you get the hit down already? All right. You want Dan Campbell out already? Wow. All right. Well, that's what's one way to go. Firing Campbell already? Eesh, it happens. Angie, seems like guys stink after they get the big contract. Let's hope they turn it around. Let's see, Burke time. Worst game, everyone to blame except Hutch. He's a beast. Yeah, you can't put any blame on Aiden Hutchinson, not after this game. He was out there. He did all he could. Chad, we should be 0-2. Hey, instead, we're 1-1. One thing I learned a long time ago, you're going to lose a game you wish you wouldn't have. You're going to win a game you didn't think you would. So let's see where it goes from here. Dr. Trent, my thoughts, Goff cost us the game, no doubt. No spin 16 points is a joke. Sorry, no bueno with me. Okay, I'll go there. Yeah, no good for sure, man. No good for sure. Drakes, what do you got? When they went for it and our end of the field showed Tampa they were desperate, even though it worked. They went for it and they got it, unfortunately. Great Lakes, Goff's interceptions weren't even close. Yeah, the first one, I would say this. The first interception, I'm not blaming Goff because the replay clearly shows they got away with a hold, a hook, whatever you're going to call it, and it should have been called pass interference. The second one, I have no idea what he was throwing at. So the clear miscommunication there. Paperback, the play calling wasn't great. Yes, I agree with that. We were talking about it during the game. Shaw, we trade Houston for Terry McCollin or a late pick. We'll see what happens. See, I saw Houston on a couple of snaps. He didn't do anything. Says one funky. You guys might have seen him. I did not. But I was doing play-by-play. If I'm a coach, I'm breaking poo. Okay, breaking poo, says Thomas. Lions are a joke. Goff is absolutely disgusting. Well, let's hopefully turn it around. All right, let's see. Detroit Grit, it's all good. Best to get the loss now than win a playoff hunt. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll go with that, Detroit Grit. Josh, September ball? Yeah, it is. A lot can change in a hurry in a limited amount of time. Jake R., he has a bad couple of weeks last year and got it together in the end. Played great in the playoffs. This is true. Winbrandt, coaching staff needs to be fired. Fire everybody. If you do that, though, the season's over because you got to get in new people, new terminology, new plays, new practices. You got to refine everybody, and that's going to take months to get everybody on board with the new stuff. So I'm not going to panic and say the season's over after a 1-1 start. Mr. William, the play calling was dog. Yeah, I would agree. The offensive play calling wasn't the best. Our O is figured out. Let's hope they now figure out how to refigure it out. See, John, this is why I don't take any team lightly. Yes, if the coaching 101, don't overlook anybody. Day on the plus side, the Lions defense had held both the Rams and Bucs to 20 points. That's a great point there. Not the best time for big picture, though, but the offense has plenty of time to work out the kinks. Yeah, and they need to get it worked out sooner versus later. But I think a great point by you, Dave, about the defense. Buddy can't go. The offense is not in sync. I would agree. And this is also, you guys heard me say it for about a month now as a coach. This is why I play guys in the preseason, because I don't want this stuff in games that matter. Dr. Wright, Goff has the ability to change plays. Goff controls the offense, not Ben Johnson. Get that straight. No, this is true. He does have, as far as I'm aware, he does have the approval to play, make adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Audibles. Corey, he doesn't want to get hit. He's a toothpick in pads. That's probably true. All right. Saudi H, is Amra okay? I don't know right now. We'll have to wait and see. I couldn't tell you one way or the other. See, Lone Wolf Lions offense is a problem. Let's hope they figure it out. The problem. Let's see. Is Amra okay? I don't know yet. I'll have to find out on that. Niners for life. As a Niners fan, we both got upset. We did. And it sounds like, hey, anybody who's watched the league for a while knows there's upsets all the time. Last year, you guys, I want to say, lost 3 games in a row or something like that. You got to figure it out, got to turn it around. Who's 1-1 right now doesn't mean you're not going to make the playoffs and then push for the Super Bowl. See, Chad, our offense is supposed to be a well-oiled machine already. Goff, it happens. It happens. Niners, both were great games, though. They were. Lions fan, Goff keeps underthrowing. Such a bummer. Defense handled their business. They did. I thought defense played very well. Corey, not to mention Green Bay and Minnesota won. It happens. It happens. And it's, as we all said, the NFC North is going to be a dogfight. Buddy, this is why I never liked the Super Bowl hype talk. Hey, it's what fans do, my friend. Jake R., imagine if Barnes would have picked 6 that block at the end. Yeah, or if Gibbs, he just barely misses the sideline, going up the sideline for a touchdown. He misses it by an inch or 2. Applying pressure, I think Rakestraw is better than Arnold. Might be. We'll see what the coaches do. Great Lakes, path to victory. Show it, throw it deep against Arnold. Yeah, right now, till he develops, that's what teams are going to do. Derek Johnson, terrible play calling at the terrible game plan. There's going to be a lot of chat about that this week for sure. Corey, like I said, people can't blame AG this time. Ben Johnson was terrible. Ben Johnson's got a learning opportunity in front of him. Martin, what do you got? The screen pass behind the line of scrimmage doomed our team on this day. We were talking about it during the live cast. We just kept putting the offense in bad situations where 2nd and long, 3rd and long, because these were not working by any stretch. Hodge, what do you got? Now with Josh Reynolds gone, now we are seeing what it is. Yeah, and I'm hoping Tim Patrick, among others, will have an opportunity to step into that role. Adam, just hope the Lions do better next time. You got it. That's all you can do right now. Hookadoo, I don't have much to say other than I'm not a happy camper. No, I think a lot of upset fans right now. Thomas, stop trying to be too cute and outthink the defense sometimes. Could be some truth to that. Great Lakes Goff, too comfortable on his mountain of cash. Let's see, Corey, I know this one loss, but we just don't look good 2 weeks in a row. People eating these words, talking about Minnesota now. No, I think you're spot on with that. One of the things I know the Sarge and I had talked about on air a few times is Sam Darnold. This is the first time he's really had an offense to work with, at least with some real weapons. I think this is going to revitalize his career. See, Cody, AG and defense was great. Sans the good win breakdown and the Baker run. Ben Johnson play calling was absolutely horrendous. No, I'm with you there. I get Terrion Arnold had miscommunication in that zone coverage and gave up the sideline. And then, yes, the Baker Mayfield run. TJ, need a 3rd receiver. Raymond is not the answer. No, I would say you got to get better than him. Raymond, I think, is a nice gadget player, number 4 receiver. Jake R., he had a mountain of cash before this. Laughing out loud, he really doesn't change his life in any way. Yeah, he's pretty well off, I think. Justin, watch us lose St. Brown for the next couple weeks. That's going to hurt if it happens. Justin, garbage coaching and putting players at risk. See, Gibbs, Day says Gibbs does almost everything so well, but he's got to improve his pass blocking. Yeah, right now his pass blocking is not good. Victor David, they could have kicked 4 field goals. They could have. Let's see, Muddy Tees, what do you got? Should trade Goff when he still has value? I don't think anybody's trading for him, especially with his contract, but been wrong before. Corey, on another note, Hutch balled his butt off. Yes, he did. Great week for Hutch. Great likes, I can throw skip passes like that. What were those? Yeah, they weren't great. Iceman, we paid the players, and now they're giving us a slump. I thought Penei Sewell played well. St. Brown, obviously his best game of the year. Jared Goff did not have a great game. Blackline, the play calling was terrible. Yeah, I would agree. Thomas, Ben Johnson, lame. Thomas, we had 2 wide receivers on the bench, 6'3" last series, trying to get into the end zone. We have to look at the offensive line. Yeah, Glasgow, I did not think had a good game at all. I'm Old Mitch. This is why you play preseason games, so you knock that rust off. That was terrible to watch. I've been all over it for a couple years now. I'm going to play them the first game, the second game, and then from there, probably I don't do anything the third game, but just to avoid some of that rust. Man 2.0, Raiders just beat the Ravens. Hey, there you go. Good for a lot of. But what are you seeing? You're seeing a lot of mixed results across the league because so many of these teams do not play guys in the preseason. I'd say Corey Hooker time. I'd say Thomas not throwing the ball downfield. No, they did not. Other than the one play to James Williams, the 50-yarder. Jeffrey Views, Ben Johnson trying to be too cute. I would agree with that. Corey, yep, O-line was bad too. Applying pressure, Lions are the weakest in the division. Let's hope not. Thomas Gibbs stepped out of bounds. He did. Otherwise, he would have been in the end zone. Let's see, Victor, now you know the Rams gave up on Goff. It could be. Trey, let's see. Now we have to look at Goff. Black Lions, Ben Johnson has a lot to answer for. Buddy, Arizona game might be a loss. Let's hope not, my friend. Let's hope not. Corey, Victor, David, facts, I've been saying it. David S. kicked the field goal earlier, and we need one to win. This is true. All right, guys, I've gone on long enough. It's been a long day with the game calling and stuff like that. Coaching failed the team today. Hey, I'll have the morning show up 7 a.m. if you guys want to come on by. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Making that push for 8,000. I want to say we're like 60-some away. Otherwise, everybody go take a walk, get the loss off your system. Now get focused on Arizona and reemerging into the race for the NFC. Hopefully you have all a great day. We'll see you on the next Lions Talk Live. Have a great one, everybody. Do something kind for somebody you don't know.
Happy trails to you until